Hi there and welcome. Welcome to genealogyhangout.com, and my name is Fiona Tellesson. I am the founder of genealogyhangout.com, and the topic for today's discussion is genealogy. Get started. Now, that's very overwhelming for a lot of people. They simply have no idea where to start. Well, I'm here to tell you today in a very short and succinct manner that the best person to get started with for genealogy is yourself. So you need to get yourself organised. And once you decide that you want to do this, you really need to decide how you want to get started. Well, I guess not more. Okay, stop broadcast. This is crap. Oh, I'll have to do it again. Okay. Hi there and welcome to Genealogy Hangout. Today we're going to cover genealogy. Get started. Welcome. My name is Fiona and I've been into genealogy now for over 40 years. Yes, over 40 years. I know, I don't look that old. And I've had lots of fun and learnt a lot. And I want to share this interest that I have with you today. Now, it's really simple. Don't make it overcomplicated. When you decide you want to get started, you really need to actually work out what you want to find out. So set a goal. That is so important. It's really important to keep focused, and it's important to, when you do your family history, to understand that you're not going to find my family tree on Google. It's a little bit of a misnomer that you're going to find everything on the internet. You'll certainly find a lot of information, that's for sure. And one of the best places to find some help with that is not necessarily the big subscription sites like Find My Past and Ancestry, but a little well-known fact of the matter is genealogyhangout.com. It's a very boutique subscription site for genealogy. Get started. Find my family tree, all of these things. If that's what you want to do, then come on board and introduce yourself to everyone who's a member. And it's something that by setting a goal, it's going to make it so much easier to know where you're going. How many times do you get on a train without knowing where you want to get off? You simply wouldn't do it unless you're going for a fun ride. Well, genealogy can be a fun ride, but trust me, you really want to know your destination. That's so important. So this quick video and podcast and transcript is how to get started. So you start with yourself and you'll gather all your information, and then you'll need to talk, if possible, to your parents. And if that's not possible, you need to gather their information, and then you need to sit down and start. So the basic instructions are on the Get Started information on genealogyhangout.com. And if you really don't want to join up, and that's fine, that's not a problem, go and treat yourself to the 5-minute genealogy DVD multimedia disc, which is available at the moment on ebay.com. So 5-minute genealogy on ebay.com. It will be available shortly on genealogyhangout.com, but for the moment, ebay.com. 5-minute genealogy, and it's really, really simple. In fact, it's so simple, it's brilliant. And I've had so much feedback saying that everyone needs to get it, and I think that's really nice. So I've certainly been using it myself. I've certainly developed those methods, and that's something that I think is important for you guys to actually help to find out where do I come from. And that's something that is quite well regulated. The actual the United Kingdom in 1837. So for the past few generations, you should not have too much trouble finding out the information as has been registered. But that in itself is a whole new topic, and I'll cover that shortly, so stay tuned. Now, a lot of people believe they are going to find their family tree on Google, and you might be lucky sometimes, but generally it's not going to be that easy. It's just a simple matter of getting the information, like I've said, and recording it. Now, I cover some methods by which you can use to record it, and that can be paper, that can be on the computer, and that can be through a subscription site, on a cloud-based site, which is simple to get into and easy to use. And there's some other fantastic sites that I'm going to tell you about shortly that you can share your family tree with, and it's really private. It's not open for everyone to have a look at. And the founders of these sites I've actually interviewed previously, so you can search for those interviews on genealogyhangout.com in the video section, and they will be available. So it's really, really simple to check out. So we're going to cover genealogy, get started, and this is for you, and you need to decide where you're going to start. So think about it, think about where you want to go, and generally I recommend do 3 generations. That's yourself, your parents, and your grandparents, because most people know their parents, so that makes sense. And some people know their grandparents. They're very lucky that they got to meet, or they know a little bit about their grandparents. And I recommend that you start there because that's the easiest. And then once you've accomplished that, you can then move on to your great-grandparents. So in summary, it's genealogy gets started with doing your family history, finding your family tree, and you could type "find my family tree" into Google and it would bring all sorts up, but not necessarily your tree. And you could have a look at Ancestry, but I recommend not to go there to begin with. It's very good, but it's very confusing when you get too much information. You could also check where do I come from, and you might get some results, but Google doesn't know necessarily who you are and where you came from. You might have to tell Google that information yourself. So I really look forward to getting more information and hearing from you soon. Please check out genealogyhangout.com/get started. And I'll talk to you again very soon. So cheers for now. Bye.